In the summer of 1845, Britain was at the height of its industrial revolution and the glory of its empire on which the sun never set. For British sailors, there was no greater source of pride than conquering the unknown white seas, the Northwest Passage, the legendary sea route across the Arctic Ocean connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, and a shortcut to trade with Asia. The British Admiralty entrusted the mission to a seasoned 59-year-old captain, Sir John Franklin. To ensure success, he was given two of the Royal Navy's most powerful and robust ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror. These were no ordinary ships. They were equipped with the latest technology of the time. Their hulls were reinforced with steel to withstand the crushing pressure of the polar ice. Both ships were powered by steam locomotive engines modified to power their propellers in the absence of wind. Two ships were loaded with provisions sufficient for 129 men for 3 to 5 years. The food included thousands of canned goods, a very modern technology at the time, as well as a library containing over 2,400 books and a projector, a magic lantern. On May 19, 1845, the expedition set sail from England amidst great fanfare. In July of the same year, a whaling ship met the expedition in Baffin Bay between Canada and Greenland. The leaders exchanged greetings, and morale was high. This was the last time Franklin's men were seen alive. Franklin crossed the bay and entered the complex network of Canadian Arctic islands. Things went well for the first few months, and the expedition spent its first winter, 1845 to 1846, on Beech's Island. There, 3 sailors died of what appeared to be natural causes, tuberculosis and pneumonia, and were buried under the ice. By the summer of 1846, the ice had partially melted, and the 2 ships sailed south toward their destination. But in September 1846, the water froze completely, trapping the ships near King William Island. This trap was not temporary. The summer of 1847 passed without the ice melting. Disaster began to loom. On June 11, 1847, Sir John Franklin died suddenly of unknown causes, and command passed to Captain Francis Rozier. The company that supplied the tinned food had hastily sealed the cans with lead. Lead leaked into the food, and the sailors began to slowly suffer from severe poisoning, causing delirium, extreme weakness, and tooth loss, as well as scurvy from vitamin C deficiency. By April 1848, the men had spent their second winter trapped in the same location. The toll was horrific. 9 officers and 15 sailors had died. It became clear that the ships would never be freed, and that staying meant certain death. On April 22, 1848, Captain Rozier made the desperate decision to abandon the 2 ships. 105 survivors descended onto the ice, pulling behind them lifeboats laden with supplies and belongings, weighing tons, on wooden sleds, heading south toward the Peak River on the Canadian mainland, a journey of hundreds of miles in temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius. The march was a procession of human ghosts. Men fell one by one to starvation, freezing, and poisoning. Historians suggest that some groups, driven to madness and extreme hunger, eventually resorted to cannibalism, a fact later confirmed by scientists who found knife wounds on the victims' bones. None of them reached their destination. When the expedition was delayed, Franklin's wife, Lady Jane, and the British Admiralty began launching massive rescue expeditions starting in 1848. The story became the largest search operation in the history of human exploration. In 1854, explorer John Ray encountered local Inuit people who told him they had seen about 40 white men pulling boats. They found silverware belonging to Franklin's expedition and recounted horrifying details of the sailors resorting to cannibalism. In 1859, McClintock's expedition found a single crucial document known as the King William Island Letter. Written in the margins of official paper and signed by Rozier and Fitzjames, the letter detailed the abandonment of the ships, Franklin's death, and the beginning of the perilous journey. They also found boats containing skeletons and strange belongings, such as tea kettles and bars of soap, which proved useless for a survival mission. Despite the discovery of the sailors' bones and graves, the mystery of the 2 ships' location remained unsolved for over a century and a half, until modern technology combined with the oral histories of the Inuit people passed down through generations, intervened. In 2014, Canada announced the discovery of the wreck of HMS Erebus, lying on the seabed in excellent condition thanks to the icy water. In 2016, the second ship, HMS Terror, was found at a greater depth. Its windows and roof were completely intact, and even the desk drawers and documents inside were preserved by silt and ice.